safe thing to do is track a new course back up online.
Then what we gonna do? Sit out there like a bunch of goddamn ducks? You and your half-breed son get to walk on out? I'm talking to you.
Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Before I jump into actual questions about that, something that I thought was really interesting when I was researching a little bit is both of you have never directed, but you've both worked with the most amazing directors, cinematographers. Is it something that you both are interested in doing in the future, is directing for yourself?
Not particularly right now. I think that I've gotten to work with some, pretty talented directors, and you have to compartmentalize your mind in a different type of way than I'm used to. When you work with a great director, you don't have to think of 40 other departments. You work on your job solely, and you try to do the best that you possibly can. But this is a director's medium, in my opinion. I mean, what makes a great film is solely the director's vision of what he's trying to create. So I don't know if I have that in me yet. I don't know if I'm so focused on what I do on set, and I try my best, but I'm not worried about 40 other departments and having to answer to a multitude of other people on a constant basis. So I don't know if I could do it.
Any interest?
Interest, yeah, but I haven't considered it properly.
I love Chivo's work. He's a god. And I talk a little bit, if you don't mind, about collaborating with Chivo on the set of this film and working with him.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, I'll do it.
He's a lovely guy. He's a really lovely
For me,
guy. I don't really see what he's doing because of where I'm standing.
Right. For me, I was interesting because I'm like this isolationist in this film. So a lot of my acting was with Chivo. It was working with him in the camera angles, catching specific moments, making sure that we captured certain beats. So much of my character's journey is left in isolation and alone. So, I did obviously work with the other actors in this film, but for the large portion of it was working with Chivo, and he's masterful. He really creates this unbelievable intimacy in this film, especially with some of the major fight sequences or some of the spectacle. He has a way of, doing a masterful David Lean type of shot, but then, and then mixed with a floating Tarkovsky kind of shot, and then brings it right back to the intimacy and the breath of the characters, and you really feel like you're there. So there's really nobody like him out there, in my opinion.
See, I couldn't give you that answer because I don't have the words.
There's been a lot of talk about how the harsh conditions, the amazing locations. Was there a day or two that you guys were filming this and you're like, I can't go on. This is just too much for me. Like a day that really just broke you or came close to breaking you?
No, I just think, an endurance of shooting something which is this specifically and logistically complicated takes its toll in a fatigue way, as opposed to there was anything in particular that was incredibly hard to do. It's just the build-up of of a snowball rolling, of a collateral fatigue. That some days you get up and be like, you know what, I just am genuinely tired. But that's normal.
For you?
What was difficult? I'm sorry, I blanked out.
Was there ever a day that you were like, I just can't do this anymore? It was so hard.
The entire movie was very difficult. As far as, not in the context of what these men really lived, but as in the context of making a movie, this was probably one of the hardest films we've all ever done. We were immersed in nature, doing very complex shots for months and months and months at a time, and weather was always an issue for us. It was always something that changed the entire background. It logistically changed shots, we had to change locations. This is a very difficult shoot as a whole.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure to see you again, sir.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.